ASMR Coffin Radio.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Coffin Radio. I am Heartthrob Rob. Joining me live from Comic-Con LA is the one, the only battle rap god, ILLMAC. Bro, dude, I'm so happy, so stoked to see you, man. I'm coming out and, dude, people are saying what's up to you. Like, you're freaking walking around like low key, but dude, you're getting it popping, dude.
I appreciate it.
One of the greatest MCs of all time. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. Just checking out some of the panels and just rolling around, you know?
Yeah, for sure, man. Dude, you've had such an illustrious career. I mean, you won the Battle Rap Olympics.
The World Rap Championships.
World Rap Championships,
yeah.
sorry. You won Scribble Jam, man. What was that like back in then? Because it's not like now where it's social media and this and that. Like, you had to go and actually rap.
Yeah.
You know, you couldn't just, you had to get a buzz in every city.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm like on some like old man shit. Like back in my day, we show up, not know who we're battling, 10 battle. Like, you know, when I try to keep it in perspective, even, you know, now how battles, the pre-set up, you battle in one person, you're getting a guarantee. There's no winners determined most of the time. And so, like, sometimes if I'm complaining about a negotiation, I like have to put in perspective, like, oh yeah, I used to like show up, not know who I'm battling, do 10 battles in a day, and then lose the finals and go home with nothing, you know? So battle rap itself has came a long way, and I've been there for a lot of the evolution of it. So it's been a wild ride and a blessing.
You've done everything, man. Your pen game is crazy. I mean, you've won the King of the Dot chain. You're former King of the Dot champion. What was that like for you? You know, your time with, you know, that era of King of the Dot.
Yeah, man, that was really special. I mean, it was obviously short-lived, you know what I mean? Like, lost it to Roni Baby the Prince right after. Shout out to
soon to be the king.
Yeah, became the king.
For sure.
I was just placed to facilitate that, you know what I mean? But because Pat wouldn't battle him, because they had the 2-on-2s. Yeah, rest in peace to a legend, man. That's like the thing about it. That battle and winning the King of the Dot chain that was so special to me. It was like, I wasn't necessarily interested in just winning the chain or being the champ for the sake of it. I really liked the freedom of kind of choosing who I'd battle based on, you know, what inspired me or whatever at the time. And I really only wanted to become the champ because everybody said, you know, Pat was unbeatable on his home field, you know what I mean, in Toronto. And so it was like I've always had this like hard-headed nature coming up. It's like when someone says like you can't do something, I'm like, what? Like, I wasn't even trying to battle him, but now that you said that, I want to, you know. And so it's like I had like a Rocky montage of training for him. That's probably the most effort I've ever put into a battle. And when I say that, I had trouble writing. But every day I was like training in other ways, from studying body language, watching TED Talks on like power poses and how to speak like a leader, and like cadences of fame, you know, from the I Have a Dream speech to presidential debates, like all these things feeding my mind, because a lot of me believed like there's no way I'm gonna win this, but the minority piece that you know was like I'm gonna prove myself wrong, you know, that made that whole experience special for sure. And you know, came out where I think it's debatable and it's a classic, but where I won the chain, and it's really special. I think more so for that reason than the title or anything like that. It was because of it, to me, in my mind, it was like an unbeatable opponent. It's like battling Bowser in the castle. You know what I mean? Dude,
that's how it is, bro.
Yeah.
And you're getting your Mario on, and you did it, bro. And
sure.
You bring up Pat Stay, you know, who unfortunately is untimely passing, you know, earlier this year. And we don't have to talk about that, but what are your favorite memories with Pat Stay? What did his friendship mean to you? You know, you guys are adversaries / homies. You know what I mean? You guys are always thinking at
We hung out
right?
at, you know, afterwards at several events. Like we kicked it tough in Arizona at the Duel in the Desert, most infamous for Daylight, you know, almost taking a shit on stage or whatever.
Yeah.
But like we kicked it super tough there in Toronto multiple times, and Pat was a funny cat. And like we talked also just either on WhatsApp or Instagram, because, you know, he was doing his show he got a deal and was doing his show Unreasonable Rob, and because I was doing Rap Off and the cartoon stuff, like he would reach out and we'd just talk about how, because it's a new world, so it's like taking those kind of battle rap things but taking them into unexplored territories, and so we had conversations about that. But Pat was just hilarious. Like there was super funny moments like that are super special, from like dumb things where I was just like faded and we're both faded in Arizona, and like he's like buying me shots, and then we're like outside of the club, like at a random, like on the strip somewhere in Arizona, and he's like getting a taco, and I was trying to like RK, or not RK, I tried to like DDT him or something, like, or I went up or stunner him. I went up and like grabbed, like jumped up because he's kind of leaning over and grabbed him by the neck, and then just like hung there for a sec, like he didn't drop it all. Like there's more to it than that, but it was like little funny moments like that I always think about. But yeah, he was, rest in peace to an absolute legend and a really good person and a homie for sure.
Absolutely, man. Rest in peace for sure.
Did it his way too, completely unique, and like always respected. He was always himself about it,
Yeah, dude, he did his thing in King of the Dot, and then went to URL and did his thing
and
crazy
absolutely
too.
Killed.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's had a hell of a career, and you've had a hell of a career too, man. Like you've had a grip of battles. Who do you think are some of your favorite opponents or favorite battles that you've had across your career?
All my favorite battles tend to be like people I liked, because a lot of times I feel like that just brings the best out of me when I actually am like the Pat battle, or like some of my personal favorites performances and battles in general is like me versus Bender, another fallen legend, rest in peace. Because I was such a fan, and it elevated my pen. I think at that time it was like I gained like an infinity stone just by stepping in the ring with them, because I, in preparation and because of my admiration, had to choose, like, okay, I really need to rise to the occasion here. And there's been other points like that, like Big K, Soul. These are opponents where I had to collect a different infinity stone, meaning I had to step up my game and learn a new skill or approach something differently than prior. So those are some of my, those are some of my best performances, I think, in my mind. And there's a lot of other ones that, I'm probably forgetting, but I mean, even my last one versus A-Ward, there was a little bit of a different dynamic there, but I feel like it was one of my better performances, because I knew any inch that I wasn't on the gas, it was going to be very apparent, So those are overall the most competitive, like pen pushing battles. Our opponents are always my favorite performances in battles in general.
And you definitely got it, man. I was wondering your opinion on the current state of battle rap, or guys that you think got it coming up.
Yeah, like when I'm not, okay, this sounds, but when I'm not battling and in the battle, like I kind of like, I don't tune out all the way, but I like, when I'm in it and competitive, that's when I'm just consuming a lot of battles. Otherwise, it's like sometimes like I need breaks from it, because where I go creatively when I'm in that mode, it's like just a certain anxiety that comes with it, because it's like I'm preparing for 2 months for somebody to get, like, public speaking is more feared than death, right? So now, but look at where we're at in battle rap is, we're gonna stand in front of a group of people, in front of a crowd, do public speaking next to somebody else whose sole goal is to make me look dumb for everyone here, but also for eternity online. Where this goes. And so like there's a lot of anxiety and a lot of pressure, and I really put myself in it. And so when I'm not in that mode, it's like I almost unplug. But there's so many talented people coming up. Like what I was doing a lot recently with Rap Off and our socials account is I was throwing events on Twitter Spaces, because there's a lot of really dope MCs who might not necessarily have the look of being on leagues, so they're even more up and comer to where they're just trying to get on a league, you know. And some of my favorites in the space is everybody from, shout out Stephen Haynes, like he's been on like We Go Hard hard and stuff, but he kind of, in a way, became Rap-Off's like Tay-Rock. Like he was like, I'm all right, when we get a bigger name or people to come in, like I want to make sure like we put you in front of them because I see that potential and I hear it beyond, you know, where your name or status might be at. There's several others, from Snip Drago to my boy Bear Vaughn, Fusion, and a ton of others, Loso, BXNY, who have so much potential. And that's kind of what like I get inspired. It's like, okay, if I'm not in that battle mode, like I'm even looking at people who just want a shot to get on a league, you know what I mean? So
hunger.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, wrapping things up, what do you got coming out recently? Because I know you got always something, you know, cooking in the pot. So
Yeah.
where can people follow you, and what do you got cooking up?
Honestly, like I'm really personally bad with social media, being active in general. Like I got one of those like screen time limits on my phone.
Good for
socials,
you.
like an hour. I'm only about a weekend, but like an hour a day, just because otherwise my brain melts and I just feel negative all the time. But if you want to tune in, follow at Rap-Off Battles, like Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, because putting out cartoons and everything is where my creative juices has been lately. We just dropped we did a partnership and did a cartoon with Kraft, and we just dropped Kraft singles versus Fancy Cheeses, and it was a lot of fun working on that. But we have the next one coming, Peanut Butter and Jelly, that's just sort of in the chamber. We want to look at the right way to release it and everything. So if you tune in on the socials, that's where, on the Rap-Off, at Rap-Off Battles, that's where we'll be dropping info on the cartoons.
Hell yeah, man. Definitely got to check that out. Thank you so much, ILLMAC, for checking in during Comic-Con 2022. For ILLMAC, I'm Heartthrob Rob, and if you like what you're watching, then hop in the coffin. Follow us on social media at Coffin Radio. Coffin is spelled with a K, and that's all for today.
ASMR Coffin Radio.